Hi, Beraka. Happy anniversary. Happy actually 10th anniversary, or shall we say Decada Uno. To recap everything, this 1 month long celebration, let me just remind us of what we always say we want to be, not only this year, but in the years ahead. Because we are not just a family, not just a church, but we are a movement of people who says we love God and we love people. And as we do that, let me just close this, and then later on, at the very end, point us more to where we really are from start to now and to future. And as we recap this month-long celebration, let me just remind us of what we want to do this year and the coming years as a family of believers, as one church. Worship, we want to see the reality of worship, personal, corporate, as a church, and within our homes. Prayer, the power of prayer, the power of the presence of God, make it reality from us, then onwards. The reasons why we come in fellowship, the importance of that. And that's what we want to do when we again go back to our moments of having small groups. We'll have more of that. And the need for discipleship. Because God is not just about us receiving His salvation and changing personally. God is about us wanting to touch lives, and we can only do that when we disciple people and we lead people not only to Christ, but train people how to lead. And as we end, we say that we are a community of blessings, and that's what Beraka is all about. And to remind us more, let me just point us up back to where we started. Because at the end of the celebration, let me just again invite and allow the very man who God used to begin and start this movement, this family, this church. None other than Pastor Dave Magalang. So once more, let's hear from Pastor Dave about where we started, where we are now, and where we're going as a family of believers. Again, happy 10 years and happy Decada Uno to all. God bless.
The only cure to the culture of cursing and negativism prevalent in our society is to intentionally build a culture of honor, to affirm rather than to judge, to encourage rather than to criticize, to inspire rather than to condemn, to forgive rather than to hate, to show compassion rather than to degrade. For the easiest thing to do for human nature, come on, is to judge, criticize, condemn, hate, and degrade others. It takes more effort to bless, especially in the face of offense or disgust, but it builds character. It inspires the good in others. It injects hope in a languishing culture of negativism and hopelessness. It heals wounds. It builds people. And most of all, it makes us like Christ. And finally, it is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. We choose to bless and share the light and the love of Christ till the darkness bows at His feet. That's what we stand for as Beraka community. This is not going to be the same traditional church. This is a movement. And God has already spoken through words of prophecy about this church. It's going to be a movement. It's gonna create change because we will model the change. Enough for words. It's easy to talk about change, clamor for change, campaign for change. The most difficult thing to do is to change. And if you can prove that change is possible because they see it in you, that is more powerful than words and campaigns. Which take a lot of money. This is without cost, except to your bad character. It's for you to change. Be a light. Instead of focusing on cursing the darkness, choose to be a light just as Jesus did. And one day, your light will cause the darkness to fade away. As the power of God begins to operate through the light that you're shining to the world. Amen? Let's focus on building models rather than just fight the existing reality. Because existing reality will always be ready to defend itself. And you'll find yourself sucked into a battle you don't know how to end. And let me tell you, but if you focus on the opposite, building the opposite model, you inspire more people to follow you.